Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you another project I've been working on besides the Minimoog, and I've kind of had my hands full because I've had several projects going on here plus my work, my full-time job. But anyways, this is Jabbo's Minimoog. He's a local musician here, and he's on this Minimoog for a long time, and he's used it live and everything else. And so anyways, I went to the music shop a few days ago, and this one was sitting in the shop, and I was asked if I'd be interested in repairing it. Well, I said sure, I'll check it out. And what I found is that it works, but every one of the potentiometers is scratchy and dirty, and the frequencies are just all over the place because everything's got dirt and corrosion in it. So I'm going to have to literally just pull everything apart on this one and clean it. But I got on the phone with Jabbo and talked to him, and he's a very super nice guy. And I figured since he has honed this one for so long that I kind of surprise him, and he don't know I'm doing all this work, which is taking quite a long time. But somebody had spilt paint on this one. Actually, it was really bad, and you can actually see it if I lift up the top. You can see actually there's still some paint residue I got to clean up, and some stickers. And just really messy. And so what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be cleaning all this up. But on top of that, they spilt paint, and it looks like it landed on the back of his chassis. So I decided his chassis was in pretty rough shape anyways, so I sanded it down and I restained it. And as you can see, I've still got the top piece I haven't touched yet off the Minimoog. And you can kind of see just how close I got the coloring. It's really close, especially if you go to the back side. You can see it's very close in color. And anybody that's interested in restaining their Minimoog, I can actually show you what I used here. I picked this up at Lowe's, and it's Cabot. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's dark walnut color, and it's really good color. It looks very close to original. And that's what I was really after with this Minimoog, was making it as precise to the original color as I possibly could. And I believe I pulled it off pretty well. Now I still got a lot to do to this chassis. I just have stained it for the second time, and I'm going to put a nice clear coat on it and make sure everything looks really good. Still got to finish staining a few pieces here and there. That's actually the front piece for the LHC board. But anyways, I got this going on. But his Minimoog is actually fairly early. It's a 75 Minimoog. It was actually, I found the sticker on the bottom of it when I pulled it apart. It was made 1/3/75. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is right before Moog went into Norlin. If you remember, Gibson and all those were owned by Norlin. And I think this is right before Norlin took over Moog. So this is actually probably one of the last Minimoogs before Norlin days. It actually has a revision 2 oscillator board in it, so it's got the old style oscillators, but it does have the buffer board. And one way you can tell if you've got the buffer board or not, and it's basically just an update they did for your range switches so that'd be more accurate. If your Minimoog has 2 screws right here, like so, that's actually where they mounted the buffer board. So if you have these 2 screws, then you probably have that buffer board. If you have 2 holes and nothing there, then you probably don't have the buffer board, because I know a lot of people would take them out for other instruments and things. And but anyways, this is just something else I thought I'd show you, and so you could get an idea of something else I'm working on. But here's his LHC board, and as you can see, it's pretty rough. He's actually lost his clip, so his pitch wheels will go all the way around, because it's missing the little pin that catches it from going too far. So it goes all the way around, and so I've definitely got to put new catches in that. But you can see just kind of how this is built. I mean, everything on the Minimoog's quality. It's just high-end parts, and really good stuff. His connector is really dirty and corroded because it has been in Florida for quite a long time, so I'm going to be cleaning that up. But you can kind of see here just how a Minimoog connects. I know I've showed this on my personal Minimoog restoration, which I hadn't finished yet, unfortunately. But this is actually where your keyboard plugs in here, and this is actually where your LHC board plugs in. So you can see how everything's socketed, which is really nice. because I've worked on a few synths that everything's direct solder, and those can be a nightmare, especially if it's foreign and you don't have manuals or anything. It can get crazy. But something else here too, I'll just kind of show you how Minimoog goes together. You got this metal hinge here, and that's actually the hinge that bolts onto the wood cabinet and allows you to lift it up and prop it. Of course, this is your under chassis here, and this is your prop. So that's behind. You can kind of see where the wood goes. I haven't cleaned this up yet, so you can see all the dust and dirt and grime. But that's kind of how that works. Of course, you can see some of that white paint there that was spilt on the unit. But anyways, that's something I got going on. And also, you can see here that this interface is cracked. So I decided to try one of these interfaces on eBay, and it's actually pretty accurate. It's pretty close. The texture is a little different, as far as the actual texture of the interface. You can kind of see. I don't know if my camera can pick it up, but this is more like the like what you find in automotive, like a automotive fake leather kind of design. But this is more of a smooth, flat, plasticky kind of look. But both this one here would shine up too. But I'm just really replacing it because it's got some cracks and it's busted and it's lifting away from the actual unit, so it's going to be a problem eventually. But this is pretty accurate. It's not quite as thick. The thickness of the actual material is a little thinner, so I may end up putting something behind it just to kind of add to the originality and feel of it. But you can kind of see how that looks. Very, very close though. I mean, I have to say they did a good job on the layout. So it's really good. But anyways, that's something I got going on. And also another project which I've showed on some other videos is my actual personal Minimoog here. I got this one, and basically it was missing the voltage control filter board. It had a busted socket, and somebody's homemade a wood cabinet for it, which is not too bad, but they didn't measure it right, so some things don't bolt up. And so actually I'm going to be modifying this Minimoog quite a bit since it's not original, and just going to have a little fun with this one. But I think it's going to be a fun Minimoog project. But anyways, just thought I'd give you a quick update here of some of the work I've had going on, and thanks very much for watching. I'll have more updates soon. Take care.